there, YouTube. Back again, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching, and please check out all my other videos. Generally, everything's about scale crawlers, RC four-wheel drive, mainly. This is the brand that I use. And if you're returning, it's time for a scratch build, another one of my Frankenstein builds. I haven't done one in a while, and I still don't have quite enough parts to complete it, but you can see by the pile of mess here in front of us, I've got a good start, but I have some options, and I want to see what y'all think. See, this is a isuzu amigo body. Now, the Tamiya made one in the 90s, and they're very hard to come by. I think you can buy one from Japan on eBay for $500 or $600 original, and they're not worth hacking up at that price. They're too rare. There are found a place, I think in Europe somewhere, that actually remakes the Tamiya body. Oop. And they're a little expensive. It's really high quality reproduction, but with the shipping to the United States, it just wasn't worth it. So the alternative, turned to Radio Shack. I'm guessing this is from around the 90s as well, but this is the exact same mold as the Tamiya Isuzu Mu, however you say it. This is the same dimensions. Everything interchanges. It's not quite as detailed. Now, the main body is identical. It does not have holes for mirrors, which can be easily drilled. I've ordered some rubber mirrors on eBay for the Isuzu. It does have a few scratches, and all the windows are black, similar to the Tamiya kit. Even the whole back shell is black. No real windows in it. One of the main differences is the grille. It has all one piece. The Tamiya kit does have recessed light buckets with clear lenses, and that will easily fit on here if I can ever find one. They're so hard to come by. For now, I mean, who knows what we're going to do with this? I don't. But yeah, I mean, it's the same size, same look. But the main reason I always wanted one of these, in growing up, I always wanted one of these in one of the Jeeps. And I've had the Tamiya Jeep before, and that's where this chassis came from. This is an original Tamiya Bruiser frame that I had started making. I had RC four-wheel drive axles and leaf springs, and I'd put a Tamiya Jeep Wrangler body on it. And I just got bored with that. I had that body done for a couple years, and I never finished the frame, so I ended up selling it on eBay. But I have some options with this. I do still have a Bruiser rear axle, which I have on eBay, but I hadn't sold. So I could use that, but I don't have a front axle for it. Or we can use the extra Jalan 2 cruiser chassis that I have, and I don't have any axles for that, and I don't have any way to mount that body to it, and I don't have a transmission that'll work with that. But I do have transfer case, and I do have all the links, and I did pick up the front truss and 3-link setup for a Yoda axle, or a Yoda 2, or a K44 axle will work as well, but they're so dang expensive. It's just a little long, the Jalan chassis is. This chassis fits perfect, but it's all custom, and nothing will fit it without, I mean, everything's got to be engineered from scratch. Now, I do have leaf mount holes made in all the right spots for the right wheelbase already, because this was on a Tamiya Jeep Wrangler, which is the same wheelbase as the Isuzu Amigo. But not sure which way I want to go with this. I do have a third option, and I've seen it a few times on the forums, on the, I think it's RC Crawler forums, and a couple others, just Google searching, I ran across. People have turned this body into an Isuzu pickup, and I think that is really neat. You have to cut it out here, build a back window, back cab, and add about an inch in to here as well. And I'm not sure if I have the ability to do that. Now what I could do is find me another one of these Radio Shack bodies. I picked this one up on eBay. It was the complete car with controller. No idea if it works. And it was $50. Plus, I think it's like $7 or $8 shipping, which was pretty cheap. Compared to, it's mine actual Tamiya. I found one on eBay a while ago. It was actual CC01 Tamiya chassis with the original body on it. And it was pretty banged up, and it ended up selling for almost $300. So, yeah, that's how rare these bodies are. People pay a lot for them. This one has got all these stupid stickers all over it. I have to try to get all that off and prep the body. But something to think about. I think if I was going to make it into a pickup, I would probably try to find another one and cut it here and piece in pieces, because I could probably extend it and make a bed out of it and do a drop bed and stuff like that. But I don't think that I can recreate this body line. I'm not that good. And that is a very important part of the body, those two line indentions right here. And I don't know that I can recreate that out of styrene. So ideally, we cut this off and then splice in a section of another body, line everything up, and then that way all you have to do is fill your seams and you're done. Why don't you make a bed in the back of the cab? It's not going to be simple at all, no matter which way you go about it. But it has been done. I've seen 2 different builds on forums where they're made into pickups, and it looked really good. But I don't know what to do. So let me know what y'all think. I've got to figure out, I guess I gotta figure out that before I make a decision on the chassis, because if this fits as is, perfect, but that won't work as a pickup. And if I make it into a pickup, I'm going to put it on the Trail Finder 2 back there. And then this will still come in handy because I can 3-link the front and it'll be completely non-leaf. Because I haven't been real happy with how that's performing. I really like the 4-link in the rear, but I'm not happy with how the leaf springs are doing on that. The leaf spring RC trucks really need to be really heavy. If you got a exo cage all welded out of steel and stuff, that you can pull off a leaf spring truck. But and it's scale, and you'll get scale points at comps and stuff like that, but it just doesn't crawl like it should without a bunch of weight on top. And that green truck in the back, my other Frankenstein build, that truck, I don't know why it works so well. Those T-Rex 60 axles, and that's a Jalon type chassis, and it's got a heavy metal bumper, it's got a full interior, it's got a metal roll bar, bed full of scale stuff, metal rear bumper, it's got an R2 transmission, a transfer, it's got a lot of weight. And those are not RC 4-wheel drive springs, those are bruiser springs, which are, I want to say 5 millimeters longer, somewhere around that. So it I don't know, it just works. That truck works really well. Those leaf springs are really soft. They look natural. It looks real when it crawls. But the Trail Finder ones have more of an arch to them, and they just don't perform the same. And you can't put the bruiser ones on it because they're longer, so your tire won't be centered in your wheel well when you put your body on it. So that's something to think about. Again, I could use longer leaves and use this frame and make it a full leaf sprung with bruiser leaves. That is what it's set up for. Or I could do the Jalon chassis and 3 and 4 link it. Either way, I'm going to have to steal an axle from something or two. Now, I hate to tear apart my Trail Finder 2, but it has everything I need to run the Jalon chassis. It has the R3, and I could just swap everything over. Or if I go with this one, I can go ahead and destroy my bruiser ruptor in the background there, the light blue, That's the RC four-wheel drive Bruiser chassis, the wide rear end just like this original Bruiser chassis. Or I could turn this body into a pickup and put it on either chassis, except for these two. I could put it on the Trailfinder 2 or the Bruiser Raptor. So we've got some options. Let me know what y'all think. This is going to be a long-term build because money's tight, parts are expensive. You know how it goes. But yeah, just post in the comments. Let me know. I got a feeling a lot of people are going to want to see that turned into a pickup. I would really like to do that, but I'm just not sure if I'm capable of it. And anyway, thank you for watching. Check out the other videos and stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming soon.